Imagine a shimmering necklace glistening under candlelight worn by a young woman who would soon change the world forever. This was no ordinary jewellery, it was a piece of history, a symbol of a family legacy and a connection to the past. This was the Spencer family jewels, a collection of treasures that had passed through generations. These jewels were not merely beautiful objects, they were silent witnesses to history, bearing stories, secrets, and memories of those who came before. Over time, they would gain new significance when worn by Princess Diana, bringing with them the weight of tradition and a legacy that would touch hearts worldwide. The story of the Spencer family jewels is a tale that goes back hundreds of years. The Spencer family, with a noble lineage stretching back to the 15th century, had long been associated with England's royal circles. Known for their influence, they were a family whose heritage was intertwined with that of the country itself, and part of that heritage was the jewellery they collected over the generations, treasures that became markers of status, love, loyalty, and sometimes sorrow. Among the jewels were pieces like the delicate Spencer Tiara, family brooches adorned with precious gems and other rare artefacts, each carrying its own story. These jewels reflected the family's prosperity and its close ties with the British aristocracy, evolving over centuries from symbols of power to beloved heirlooms with deep emotional weight. And then, one day, these jewels adorned Diana, Princess of Wales, who had breathed new life into them, blending tradition with modernity and bringing their beauty to the world stage. Princess Diana's relationship with the Spencer family jewels is a remarkable part of her legacy. From the tiara she wore on her wedding day to the delicate sapphire engagement ring that became synonymous with her image, each piece of jewellery she wore carried her family's legacy forward and gave it new meaning. These jewels weren't just accessories, they were an extension of her identity, reminders of her heritage, and reflections of her grace and strength. Among the most iconic pieces Diana wore was the Spencer Tiara, a delicate, floral-inspired tiara encrusted with diamonds. This tiara wasn't simply a beautiful object, it symbolised her connection to her family and heritage. On the day of her wedding in 1981, millions around the world watched as Diana, adorned in this tiara, stepped into her role as a member of the royal family. This tiara and other Spencer pieces Diana wore would become symbols of her elegance, her grace, and the quiet strength that would define her public image. Diana's affinity for the Spencer jewels extended beyond the tiara. She often wore pieces from the family collection, like diamond earrings or the iconic sapphire engagement ring that is still admired today. These jewels, carefully chosen to complement her style, helped her blend tradition with a fresh, modern outlook, setting trends and leaving an impact on fashion and culture. Each time Diana wore the Spencer jewels, she brought their legacy to new heights, making them known and loved across the world. Diana was often seen at state dinners, charity events, and other high-profile gatherings, dazzling in the jewels that had been part of her family's heritage. One memorable occasion was the 1985 state dinner at the White House, where Diana wore a black off-the-shoulder gown paired with the Spencer tiara. Photographs from that evening captured the essence of her style and grace. The tiara's sparkle mirrored her poise, reinforcing her image as the people's princess. Through these jewels, Diana celebrated her heritage, while also crafting a legacy that would continue to inspire admiration and fascination. But these jewels were not just beautiful accessories, they held the history of the Spencer family, a family with noble roots that had woven itself into the fabric of British society for centuries. Their significance traces back to ancestors who, like Diana, wore them with pride and carried the weight of family honour. In this way, these jewels serve as a mirror to both the personal and societal shifts in British aristocracy. Initially, they were symbols of wealth and power, used to showcase influence, yet over time they evolved, becoming more personal tokens that carried memories and emotions. One of the remarkable aspects of the Spencer family jewels is that each piece has its own story. Among these treasures are brooches adorned with gems like sapphires, emeralds, and pearls, each carrying its unique meaning and significance. The diamonds on the tiara, the vibrant sapphires and the emeralds all contributed to the family's legacy and, by extension, Diana's legacy. They reflect the beauty and elegance of the women who wore them, and they remain symbols of a time gone by, connecting us to the generations that have passed. The Spencer family jewels are renowned for their iconic designs and intricate craftsmanship. Take the Spencer tiara, crafted in the 1910s, with delicate floral patterns and diamond-encrusted leaves. Its beauty lies not only in its precious materials, but also in its artistry, capturing the elegance of the Edwardian era. This tiara, worn by Diana on her wedding day, became known around the world and is perhaps the most famous piece in the Spencer collection. Its design, delicate yet bold, has made it a favourite among royal watchers and remains a masterpiece that is admired for both its beauty and its history. Another gem in the collection is the array of brooches, which vary in design yet share a common elegance. These brooches, adorned with sapphires, emeralds and pearls, were not only beautiful but also held symbolic meanings. The gemstones used in each piece were carefully selected, representing not just wealth, but the family's values and ties to a larger heritage. These jewels weren't merely valuable objects, they were pieces that connected the Spencer family to British history, society and the values they cherished. Princess Diana wore the Spencer Tiara with a grace and poise that made it unforgettable. But beyond that tiara, each piece of jewellery became part of her story, a story that continues to captivate and inspire. As Diana walked into the public eye, she used her family's jewels to tell her own story, a story of elegance, strength and resilience. And in doing so, she made these jewels a symbol of hope, compassion and beauty. The jewels have since come to hold a special place in the world's collective memory. The tiara Diana wore on her wedding day remains one of the most iconic images of the 20th century, reminding people of her beauty, her kindness, and her unique ability to touch hearts. Her relationship with these jewels, passed down from her family, was about more than fashion. It was a connection to her heritage, a link to her past, and a symbol of the values she held dear. Today, the Spencer family jewels continue to be regarded as symbols of elegance, heritage, and legacy. They are maintained with great care by the Spencer family, treasured for their historical value and the memories they carry. As the family continues to preserve these jewels, they also preserve the values and memories of those who wore them. They are more than artifacts, they are connections to the past and inspiration for the future. These jewels, so carefully preserved, sometimes make appearances at modern events and exhibitions. The Spencer family proudly maintains their heritage, ensuring that each piece continues to be a source of pride and a link to the family's past. The Spencer Tiara, for example, has appeared at high-profile events and on special family occasions, a reminder of Diana's legacy and the history that came before her. Museums and galleries have occasionally showcased these jewels, giving the public a rare chance to appreciate their beauty and understand their historical significance. Through these exhibitions and their careful preservation, the Spencer family jewels continue to captivate and inspire. They bridge the past with the present, reflecting not only a family's story but also the broader narrative of British culture. As we admire these jewels, we are reminded of the values they represent: loyalty, elegance, and resilience. And in honouring Diana's memory, they become symbols of strength, kindness, and grace. As we reflect on the legacy of the Spencer family jewels, let us consider the values they embody. They remind us that heritage is not merely about the material wealth we inherit, but about the qualities and lessons passed down through generations. The jewels Diana wore carry the stories of her family and the lessons of resilience and courage she embodied. They are timeless symbols that encourage us to honour our own roots, cherish our own values, and leave our mark on the world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the legacy of the Spencer family jewels. If you enjoyed this exploration of history, heritage, and elegance, please consider subscribing to our channel. Every story has a history, and through these jewels we have glimpsed a small but profound piece of Diana's legacy and the Spencer family's enduring influence. Stay with us as we continue to uncover the beauty and history that connects us all. Thank you for watching.